बॉस्टन का विश्वविख्यात हार्वर्ड विश्वविद्यालय का कैंपस और ये है हार्वर्ड का ब्लैकस्टोन स्टीम प्लांट। ठंड के मौसम में जब हार्वर्ड को हीटिंग की जरूरत होती है तो इसी प्लांट के बॉयलर्स लगभग 80% हीटिंग की मांग को पूरी करते हैं।
The plant supplies high pressure steam, as Heather said, to our Cambridge and Boston campus. Before that steam goes into the steam tunnels, it's run through a back pressure steam turbine, spins, and generates an estimated 17 million kilowatt hours of electricity every year, which is roughly 7% of our campus.
यानी कि ये स्टीम प्लांट पूरे हार्वर्ड के लिए 7% बिजली पैदा करता है। ये पूरी बिल्डिंग एक तरह से शोध के लिए बिल्कुल लिविंग लैबोरेटरी है।
What we have in here are we have low flow toilets. This is half of the water that this one is.
बाथरूम्स में ज्यादा पानी और कम पानी के लिए अलग अलग बटन्स हैं।
So when you can use less water, we ask you to, but when you need it, it's here. We also have low flow sinks that you have to, obviously they're motion sensors, and they shut off immediately when there isn't someone actually standing there in front for the motion.
This is a waterless urinal. You can see there is nowhere to flush it. There's no water that's used here at all. The cartridge on the bottom has a rubber piece underneath that allows liquid to pass through, but then curls up and prevents any odors from coming back up.
For the bathrooms, in the whole building, we have basically saved 43% of the water that it takes for a normal building of this size. So again, those water saving measures in the bathrooms, in the kitchens as well, save us 43%. The other thing I'd say is that this building is 30% more energy efficient than an average building of this size.
Every light has an individual sensor in the middle, the little button you see on the bottom side of the light. It's a dual occupancy sensor and daylight sensor. So if it doesn't see any movement in the space after 10 minutes, it'll shut the light off completely. And if it notices that there's enough natural daylight in the space, it will dim the light down so that you're using less artificial light but still providing the same light level on everybody's desk.
For what Jesse was saying, like the air doesn't blow on you, like he was saying.
Yeah. They were very careful to choose products.
इस बिल्डिंग के अंदर से बताया नहीं जा सकता कि ये 125 साल पुरानी है। इसे पर्यावरण बचाने के हिसाब से फिर से तैयार किया गया है।
The carpet is certified by a third party to be low emitting.
And low emitting means it doesn't have like toxic glues that off gas and cause irritation for people in particular that have asthma or allergies, but for all people. It's not supplying the extra air if it's not needed. That's what's so great about a lot of these smart sensors. So you've got the smart light sensors that turn off if no one's there or there's daylight. And you've got the air sensors that if the CO2 level, because there aren't a lot of people in the room, goes down, they shut off. It's pretty. Shows the light tunnel. Looks very pretty when it's sunny out. As you can see, it's beautiful in here. There's tons of natural light. Even if you turn off the light, you know, it's still a workable environment. And
so I can point out our heating and cooling and ventilation system. They're separate or decoupled. The box you see up there is a valence unit. It's entirely passive. There's a fin tube inside that either runs hot water in the winter or cold water in the summer. No fan passively sets up a circulation that heats or cools the space. And that's totally separate from the supply ventilation that you see here. Because they're separate, the ductwork here can be a lot smaller, and we save a lot of energy because we're not supplying excess heat to meet our ventilation needs or excess ventilation to meet our heating needs. It also makes this more valuable. This is an enthalpy wheel. We have a much larger one in the basement of the building in the air handling unit. This spins and actually transfers heat or cooling from the exhaust air that's already been conditioned to the supply air that's coming in from the outside and supplying air to the room. Saves about 40% of the energy you need to condition that outdoor air.
Especially with this administration, you can really...
This elevator is a gearless elevator, and it actually uses 40% less energy than a conventional elevator. So it's also something you can note. If you also notice around the building, it'd be good to look at, there's signs everywhere. And the signs are part of our education of making people aware of how just being in this building, they're saving energy, they're saving water. It's part of the education. Or sorry, 60% more efficient.
प्लैटिनम रेटिंग वाली इस बिल्डिंग में ज्यादा से ज्यादा चीजें रिसाइकल की गई हैं।
This was the dairy manufacturing part, and that was the warehouse. And so we joined them with the lighting, as Jesse said, to try to improve the indoor air
और सबसे
quality.
बड़ी बात ये कि यहाँ के पूरे दफ्तर में लाइट्स किसी के ना होने पर अपने आप बुझ जाती हैं और अगर कमरे में रोशनी ज्यादा है तो वे अपने आप
Let me show you the bioswale. And when it was renovated, we added all these native trees and shrubs. This is the bioswale. And see, it does look like a pond right now because it's just been raining so hard. But it collects all the water, and now it's going to slowly dissipate into the soil, rather than all of this water would have run off into the Charles River.
बॉस्टन में पिछले 3 दिनों से बारिश हो रही है, कहीं कहीं पानी जमा है, लेकिन यहाँ आप देखेंगे कि यहाँ इस तरह से इसकी बनावट है इस पार्किंग लॉट में कि सारा पानी अंदर जाकर रिस जाता है, पानी यहाँ कलेक्ट नहीं होगा।